Hey guys, I want to share a story. It's from a long time ago in a land far, far away. Actually, I was probably in high school or college, I think, when this happened. So my brother and I, we went to visit some relatives. Like we have a bunch of relatives that live in this same kind of area. And so we're staying with one of them, visiting another. That aunt asked us, oh, why don't you spend the night with us? And I'm like, okay, sure. Good idea. And, she walked away, and then my brother turns to me. He's like, dude, no, I'm not staying. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, no, I want to go back to my uncle's house, right? I'm like, okay, why? Well, basically, he enjoyed the freedom. Like, so my uncle gave us a little space. We had our own TV. You're in high school. That's the good life, right? A little bit of independence and some TV. So anyway, I'm like, no, I can't tell her that you're a spoiled brat and we're gonna leave. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And he was really upset. He actually became more angry. He's like, no, we're going. I'm not staying. And I'm like, dude, I can't do that. And at that point, I would realize that this might spiral out of control if I didn't think of something. And so I felt that responsibility. And so what I did is I'm like, you know what? How about you take charge? I'm like, look, if you don't want to stay, then you tell her. And if she's cool with it, we're out of here, okay? At that point, everything changed. He calmed down, he relaxed, and I'm like, okay, so what do you want to do? He's like, okay, we'll stay. So what happened? His behavior changed because something changed in the relationship, the power dynamic. It went from being my responsibility to his responsibility. And in that moment, he rose to the occasion. He realized he didn't have a good reason. And he was embarrassed to tell my aunt the reason he had. For me, that was incredible. I was actually surprised at how quickly things changed. It went from this spiraling, angry, argumentative, interaction to one of calm and serenity and peace in a matter of seconds. So why am I sharing this? Am I trying to embarrass my brother? Am I trying to let my aunts and uncles know we have favorites? None of that. I'm actually sharing this because it's something that happens to all of us, not just my brother. Happens to me, happens to you, happens to all of us. When we feel powerless, when we feel that somebody else has control over our lives and is doing something to us that we don't like, we lash out, we resist. If we just realize that in any situation, we do have control, we do have power, that power comes from responsibility. Where is our responsibility in the situation lie? So this can happen with, for instance, family, right? With a spouse, with your children. So what is it that, they might be acting out, they might be angry with you, but what is it that you can do, that you have power over, that might change the situation? What if you change the way you spoke to them? With work, your boss admittedly has power over you, has more responsibility than you do. And so it can feel very oppressive at times, but you also have a power, you also have a responsibility. You can choose to leave the job. You can choose to somehow negotiate a different working arrangement. You can choose to transfer to a different department. There are a number of things that we can do. We may not like doing those things, but we have a power. And same thing goes for the broader society. A lot of us are getting more and more angry at the political situation in this country. And we're just, screaming and yelling at the media, at politicians. But in the end, what are we doing? How are we making the situation better? How are we taking charge? How are we taking our power, our responsibility, and doing what we can to make the situation better? And that dramatically changes how we approach a situation. We go from angry and bitter and feeling disenfranchised to feeling empowered. So that's why I just want to throw that out there. It's a small little thing that kind of happened to me so many years ago, but it's something I've used throughout my life in interacting with other people. And I feel, and I've witnessed the dramatic change that it has on people's attitudes, including my own. And so I hope it helps somebody out there. My name is Jonty. I am a former MD and entrepreneur. trying to understand this crazy human family of ours. And if something I said here interests you, please like and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Bye.